Hey guys, it's Coaster Ht, and today I'm bringing you another countdown. This is of the top 8 coasters, in my opinion, at Busch Gardens Tampa. So I've been to this park twice, one time before I started riding everything, and a second time when I've ridden all the coasters. So let's get started with this countdown. Number 8 is Air Grover, the kiddie coaster. And as far as kiddie coasters go, this one's pretty good. It's not really a long ride, and it's not that amazing, but for a kiddie coaster, I found it to be pretty solid. It has some decent theming and stuff like that, but it's just a kiddie coaster, so that's why it's coming in at number 8. Number 7 is the Wild Mouse Sand Serpent. I found this to be a pretty rough wild mouse, not one of my favorites. The first time I went here, I enjoyed it, and I rode it a few times. The second time, not really. I didn't really like it that much. But it's alright. It's a good family ride, and it gives something that the whole family can ride together. But I wouldn't be really heartbroken if they decided to take this out. Not that they're considering that or anything, but still, you never know. Number 6 is the first looping coaster I ever rode. This is Scorpion, the Schwarzkopf looper. And I thought that this one was pretty fun. Definitely not the wildest layout, but for being pretty small, it's only 65 feet tall, it still packs a pretty good punch. It has some intensity to it, and that first vertical loop is very fun. And I really enjoyed the drop as well. No theming at all, but it's still pretty fun, and it's very compact, which is always good for intensity. Number 5 is Cobra's Curse. This is their newest coaster. It's a family coaster from Mack, and it has the first part, you go up an elevator lift hill, and you are going facing forwards. You pass by the Snake King statue, which is pretty cool. And then you go backwards over the next part, and then you go into the free spin section. So yeah, definitely a unique ride. Really like the theming. It is very cool. They made sure to pile on the theming, as you can see by that giant Snake King statue. And I thought it was a very fun ride too, especially when you hit the Immelman turn, and if you're facing towards the ground, that's so much fun. But yeah, originally I thought Scorpion would be better than this, but I enjoyed this more. I just thought it was that much more fun, and the theming is just spot on. Number 4 is Cheetah Ht, the launch coaster from Intamin, and I may get some negative comments about this, but I only got to ride this coaster once. I would have really liked to go back and ride it again, but the line was a bit too long. But I found this to be a very fun ride. The launches were fantastic. The drop was great. You got some very solid airtime, and that roll was really good. My only complaint was that it felt just a little bit forceless, I guess. But it was still a lot of fun. Definitely not a family coaster. Kind of in between when you've sort of conquered all the family coasters, but you aren't quite ready for the big coasters. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very fun ride. But yeah, as I've said earlier, I would have liked to definitely ride this again. Number 3 is the dive coaster, Sheikra. And I definitely preferred Griffin to Sheikra, just saying that right away. Like Cheetah Ht, I only got to ride this coaster once, but unlike Cheetah Ht, it was because it was closed for the second half of the day. But I still thought it was a fun ride. The drop is fantastic. That first Immelman's very fun. And after the second drop, and you come out of it, like up and out of it, you go over the smokehouse, and you can kind of smell the barbecue, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, overall a fun ride. But it was really short. I didn't like that about that. The thing about Griffin is that it has that second Immelman, which makes it that much better, and it feels a little bit less short. But still, overall, a very good ride. Number 2 is Montu, the best B&M invert that I have ridden. I've ridden several B&M inverts, and I thought that this one was the best. It has 7 inversions, all of which are very fun. My personal favorites are the Immelman and the Zierer G-roll. And I thought that this was a really good ride back row. Front row was fun, but I thought back row was just all that much better because you get whipped down the drop in the back seat. There was a little bit of roughness to it, but overall it was pretty fun. It was definitely intense, and it had some decent theming to it. So yeah, that's my favorite B&M invert. And number 1 is Kumba, and this was really close between number 1 and number 2, but I decided to put Kumba at number 1. It's a fantastic ride. Like Montu, it has 7 inversions, My favorite on this one is definitely the Zierer G-Roll. That's a fantastic inversion. This is by far one of the most intense roller coasters that I have ridden. Almost all of it is totally forceful, and it's just a really fun ride. All the inversions are great. There is a tiny bit of headbanging in the corkscrews, but that's pretty much my only complaint about this ride. It's really fantastic, and it's in my top 10 to this day. Alright, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and keep an eye out for these coaster countdowns. They'll be coming out once in a while, so just be on the watch for that. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.